Good morning, children. Welcome to another session of Physical Science Online Class 10th class. In our previous class, we have learned that the reaction of acids and bases with metals. Now, in today's class, we are going to learn reaction of acids with metal carbonates. When acids react with metal carbonates, what are the products we will get? So, generalized form of equation I have written here. Acid plus metal carbonate gives rise to salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. Okay. So, we will check. We can perform this reaction by doing this activity. That is, for this we need to take some requirements. Here, this is the iron stand. This is the test tube, thistle funnel, delivery tube, one more test tube, and our required chemicals are, in metal carbonate, in place of metal carbonate, we are taking sodium carbonate. Here, sodium carbonate is a metal carbonate, and acid that we are going to take here is dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, we have to arrange all the apparatus as shown in the diagram, and then first we need to take the test tube and add about 0.5 grams of sodium carbonate. Add about 0.5 grams of sodium carbonate into this test tube and fix the mouth of the test tube with rubber cork. Fix the mouth of the test tube with a rubber cork which contains 2 holes. Introduce a thistle funnel from one hole of the rubber cork. This thistle funnel, why we are keeping here is in order to pour dilute hydrochloric acid through this thistle funnel. Okay, and from the second hole of the rubber cork, we have to place one delivery tube. This delivery tube, another end should be placed in the another test tube. Okay, here we need to take 2 test tubes. In the first test tube, we have to take our required chemicals, that is 0.5 grams of sodium carbonate and 10 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid. Dilute hydrochloric acid should be poured through this thistle funnel after fixing the rubber cork. Okay, and in another test tube, already we have to place lime water solution here. This lime water solution, lime water is nothing but a calcium hydroxide solution. Okay, calcium hydroxide is commonly known as lime water. Why we have taken here lime water means in order to test the gas that is released in this test tube after the reaction. So when we close this test tube with rubber cork and we add dilute HCl to sodium carbonate, there will be the chemical reaction takes place between dilute hydrochloric acid and sodium carbonate. And we are going to get the products. So acid, what we have taken? HCl. HCl. Metal carbonate means we have taken sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3, gives rise to, we will get the salt, NaCl, we will get water, that is H2O, and carbon dioxide gas, CO2 gas. Three oxygen, 3 oxygen. This is the balanced reaction taking place between hydrochloric acid and sodium carbonate. We are getting 3 products, salt, water and carbon dioxide. Here salt formed is sodium chloride, water plus carbon dioxide. So the gas that is produced in the test tube after the reaction between sodium carbonate and HCl is carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide is a colorless gas. Then we cannot see the carbon dioxide gas as it is a colorless gas, but we can prove that the carbon dioxide gas is formed inside the test tube. How can we prove? So when we after the reaction taking place here, because this is a closed container which is fixed with delivery tube, and this delivery tube is a long narrow glass tube which is having 2 sides open. So the gas that is formed in the test tube after the reaction will be passing through the delivery tube and slowly it enters this test tube. In this test tube already we have taken lime water. So when the gas enters into this test tube, this lime water immediately turns into milky white. We already know that which gas is having the type of nature. The lime water turns into milky white. We can see the clearly here formation of milky white precipitate, that is calcium carbonate. So the gas that is having this property to turn the lime water into milky white is nothing but carbon dioxide gas only. So this will be the confirmation test for carbon dioxide gas, and in this way we can prove that carbon dioxide gas is formed during this reaction. The reaction between HCl and the sodium carbonate produces carbon dioxide gas at the end of the reaction along with salt and water. Okay, carbon dioxide can be proved by testing it with the lime water. On passing carbon dioxide gas through this lime water, it turns into milky white due to the formation of calcium carbonate. That reaction we can write like this. CO2 on passing into lime water, that is calcium hydroxide. Why we will get milky white precipitate means here it is due to the formation of calcium carbonate. Okay, this calcium carbonate is going to be formed. Calcium carbonate is going to be formed here in this test tube. If we pass excess carbon dioxide into the same test tube, this calcium carbonate what is formed here inside the test tube, milky white precipitate, that will be soluble in the excess carbon dioxide and water, and we will be getting calcium bicarbonate. Okay, soluble product calcium bicarbonate. We can write the reaction like this. CaCO3 plus H2O are present in this test tube, and we are passing excess carbon dioxide into it. Excess carbon dioxide plus a CO2. On passing excess carbon dioxide, what we are going to get is calcium bicarbonate. That is CaHCO3 taken twice. CaCO3 is the milky white precipitate. Milky white precipitate CaCO3. On passing excess CO2 into this calcium carbonate, this will dissolve and it will form calcium bicarbonate, which is the soluble product. So generalized form of equation we can write like this. When an acid reacts with metal carbonate, we will get salt, water, and the gas produced here is carbon dioxide. Okay. Now we see what happens when acid reacts with metal hydrogen carbonate.